Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Briareo and welcome to the unboxing of Under Defeat. This is the Imperial Army Experimental Platoon Black Box, and every single limited edition should have a stupid name like this one. But if you're asking yourself, well, Under Defeat, haven't I already heard about this game? Well, you are not wrong. This is the third edition of this game. The first one was on the Dreamcast, then there was Under Defeat HD for PS3 and X360 back in the day, and now we have simply Under Defeat for Switch, PS5, PS4 and other contemporary consoles. And this being a pre-order, it also came with two bonuses, and these are just related to the game itself, no special retailer bonuses. But enough introduction, and let's take a look around the box that has a very real obi this time, because it goes all around the box. And let's take a look at the box first. On the front cover we have the two main characters of the game, the playable characters, let's say. Alongside, this is the first player helicopter and this is the second one. So we have characters on the sides, top and bottom absolutely nothing. And on the back we have some wireframe models of enemies and mid-bosses from the game. I don't see any end stage boss. And let's go back to the obi. Title on the front, on the sides just CyberConnect logos, and a few, well, 3 screenshots to describe the game, technical details, and the contents of this edition, which include the game, of course, a fanbook and a soundtrack CD. And inside the box we see this illustration, which should be from stage 3, if my memory serves correctly. Game. Oh, padding, which includes the boosted soundtrack. And the official fanbook. And below that, absolutely nothing. Under Defeat, this is the Switch edition that on the front cover has nothing new, spine nothing out of the ordinary, and on the back a bit more screenshots to describe the game, and if I'm not mistaken, they are different from the obi. The original arcade version is included, of course, as well as the 2 previous re-releases in HD, and this is for the, I think, brand new BGM. Technical details down below, and inside just the Switch cartridge, and on the back cover we have a collection of photos that are also end-stage illustrations. But I've spoken about the original Under Defeat, so here we go. So I actually don't remember if I showed you this while unboxing the HD version, but, well, here I go. And I see that this includes the soundtrack as well. I haven't opened this in a while. So game disc and soundtrack defeat. Soundtrack CD, soundtrack defeat. And because this is an old game, we have a manual. This being the original Dreamcast release it's just a single stick control scheme. The dual analog control scheme was introduced in the HD re-release for X360 and PS3. And that's it. Now let's continue with Under the Feet Imperial Army Experimental Platoon Black Box. Under the Feet boosted soundtrack. On the front cover we have a very plain title, and on the back there are 11 tracks, and there is just the last two are from the original soundtrack. So this is no book. No, it is a booklet, and just a repetition of the sound, the track list. And here we have the game and soundtrack credits. And let's go back to the disc. And this is the boosted soundtrack. Official fanbook Under the Feet, that on the front cover has a wireframe model of the helicopter you pilot in the game, or at least the arcade version of it. And on the back, the back cover is a bit scratched. The same wireframes found on the back of the box. So, it's called the official fanbook, but it's more or less an art book, I would say. And I guess fans love art, so it's a fanbook. One thing I wonder about the game is that if they added subtitles for the dialogue at the end of the stages. I never really understood what they were talking about. Old school 3D graphics. They have their own charm. And I recognize like all these shots from the original promotion material that was also distributed with the arcade and Dreamcast versions. The black 3 stars, because you always need to have those in a Japanese game. Sketches. Oh, and also insignia ranks. I don't think that these have been published before, or at least not that I remember. And these are the end stage illustrations. Oh no, these are the sketches for those. And small interview. This is the first of the pre-order bonuses, and I was mistaken, this is a pre-order bonus from Amiami, a retailer. It's a keychain On one side we have the two girls, and on the other side it's not simply white, we have the logo of the game as well as the Amiami logo and copyright informations. It is printed on, well, the print is on an acrylic plate, and there is nothing much to say about it, really. This is the very last item for this limited edition, which is not really included in the limited edition itself, the mini guidebook. And let's take a quick look at the rear cover. No, the artwork doesn't continue. And oh, just Switch and PlayStation 5. I thought this was on the PS4 as well. And these are the various various mechanics for the game, and these are these two helicopters have been introduced in the HD re-release, and this is basically overpowered, if I recall correctly, while this uses the various power-ups you find in the stages as in normal power-ups for shooters, rather than having a secondary weapon like the primary helicopter. And yeah, this is all about the first stage. Yeah, it's small, but it's a nice extra, especially for a game a bit complex like Under the Feet. It's not Zero Gunner 2, but it's not as direct as most vertical scrolling shooters. Despite the imposing sounding name of Imperial Army Experimental Platoon Black Box, this limited edition of, well, this version of Under the Feet is nothing great. And with nothing great I mean in terms of number of contents. There is an art book, there is a soundtrack and a couple of extras due to pre-order, and that's about what I need from a limited edition. And this is pretty much in line with what City Connect did for other games, so I'm not particularly surprised at this. I don't know if a first hour play of this game will follow, but I do have already an unbox of the HD version as well as a review of that. But being a shooter, I'm pretty much sure I will do a first hour play just to see if they did something more than just packaging the HD version onto a Switch cartridge or a PS5 disc, or digital download, unfortunately. This is not the last unboxing for the year. I'm waiting for another limited edition that has a long time coming, and well, until I unbox that, I hope you have enjoyed this video and you stick around for more. Briareos Kerensky, over and out.